tell me how calling kids nut sacks, the nut sackers, nut huggers, helps your cause. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Marissa. If you're new here, your favorite problematic housewife. And today we're going to be doing another dad challenge video. Yes, he's at it again, acting crazy as usual, and we're going to talk about it. He did a video on the Norris Nuts, so if you want to hear about the Dad Challenge podcast and what I think about him and the Norris Nuts, please keep watching. So, before we get started, I have some stuff I want to show you guys, but first, the Norris Nuts is a family vlogging channel. They have millions of subscribers, okay? And they did a video talking about their puppy dying. Now, I want to put a disclaimer in this video so nobody gets confused, okay? I have looked into this family a little bit. I think they have some definite issues. I saw, you know, the mother was doing IVF, which is perfectly fine. If you want to film your IVF journey, pregnancy journey, trying to conceive journey, I am so fine with that. But what I didn't like was the mother had one of the children like throw something and it says if you get it in, we're having a baby, if you don't, we're not. But the kid missed and started bawling their eyes out, like thinking it was their fault. And I just see things like that I don't like. I don't think you should share extra information that children's don't need to be shared. People seem to think that I'm okay with kids sharing their periods and bra shopping and stuff. Absolutely not. If I'm trying to show a point about something that is not related to child exploitation, about something else, like people putting it together, I'm not talking about that. I don't think every YouTuber exploits their children. I do think there are some that exploit like tragedies or way too personal information, and I don't agree with that. I never said I did. But moms showing their kids while they're cleaning or day in the life, I don't think that's exploitation, and that's just my opinion. Now, I also find it interesting, this whole thing now, it seems like it's become like a crazy situation where like people are talking about their dogs and their dogs are dying, and I think, so I'm kind of torn about this because their puppy died and they did a video. They didn't really explain what happened. People are speculating that they stepped on the puppy while moving, and then other people were saying the dad didn't even want a dog. I haven't found any evidence of either of those things. Maybe I just missed it. But, you know, they're not really the focus of my video, so I can do more digging into them if you guys want. But I think if your dog dies, you know, maybe just don't talk about it, you know, and monetizing it, that could be an argument too. But one thing I don't think is, if you have your dog in your videos and your dog dies, Dad Challenge podcast was saying you need to remove every video with your dog in it, and I think Radiant Britt said that too. How are you going to do that? If your dog dies, any of you who put your animals on camera, Josh has done it, Radiant Britt's done it, many people have done it. If your pet dies, are you going to go back in your YouTube channel and remove every single video you ever had with the dog in it? Literally, Radiant Britt shows her dog in every video at the end. So is she going to delete every video that has her dog in it? No, and I'm sure she'd love to see like the clips and stuff, you know what I mean? And then another thing that I thought was strange was Dad Challenge podcast was claiming that they're using the dog, now you're exploiting your animals. I mean, okay, it's one thing about the kid, but now they're exploiting animals. Well, what about Dad Challenge podcast when he was getting canceled, you know, over the Gabrielle and situation? He's sitting there with his cat. He's exploiting his cat to get sympathy from people, so he's not canceled. That's okay though. The hypocrisy is real, guys. It's just like, what has been going on in the internet in this community? I'm just like so over it. Everybody just does whatever the hell they want. They'll call somebody out for something they're doing and nobody cares. Nobody notices any of the contradictions. It just starts getting so frustrating after a while. It's like, do people not see this? Anyways, let's get into what today's video is about. Is Dad Challenge Podcast did a video on these people and their puppy dying. Now, he says, everybody's saying, and it seems to me like the Norris Nuts fan base are children. And I also find that very interesting because now all of a sudden, okay, people are pushing this narrative that all the viewers of family vloggers are children. But when it fits his narrative and he wants to talk about, you know, predators and that side of why he thinks people shouldn't be vlogging, he'll use and say that everybody's audience is men looking at your children. So that's kind of a contradiction right there. I mean, you guys have heard him say multiple times that men are watching these family vloggers for their kids. It's about the men. Men. Predators are watching these kids. And now when it fits his narrative for the Norris Nuts, because he's trying to say that the parents are grooming children, which is a very strange term to use because, as we all know, when you say grooming, we think of, you know, like sexual stuff. It's very strange that he's using that word, and he's also saying that the parents are grooming their own children. The stuff that comes out of this guy's mouth, I'm just like, what? But it's funny, though, that he wants to use this narrative that the fan base is all children. And, like, he was saying, oh, they're filming knowing kids are watching. They're filming because the kids are watching. They're grooming them. But your argument is always constantly that nobody should put their kids on the internet because it's all predators. When you and others are now saying multiple times that it's children who watch their videos, which I find very interesting because if you remember what I said in my other video, okay, the accounts that could look like men are probably children on their parents' accounts. So funny now. And after, you know, everybody's telling him that his social book stats are wrong, it's not all men, people aren't getting the same analytics, now all of a sudden he stopped pushing the predator narrative. And now he's pushing that the audience is children. I mean, it's just, one thing is he starts the video whipping out his brand new camera.
You don't know this, but I'm trying on my new camera. This is my old camera. This is a Canon C100 Mark II. I just got a new camera today. It's a Sony FS5, so I'm going to try it. We'll see.
Now, think for a second, guys. Okay, he said he got a Canon FS5 or SF5. I keep getting confused at what it's called. But I looked it up on Google. Okay, I saw one for $2,500. I don't know if that was used. I saw one for $4,000. And then if you get lenses and everything. So please tell me what you guys think. Let me know down below. Would be the problem with that? Would it be because he has a GoFundMe going right now to sue the mommy vloggers and is claiming he needs money for a lawyer? So you need money for a lawyer from your hardworking audience, where people were literally saying they have to wait to get paid to send you money, and you're taking that for a lawyer, which is fine, but then you're going and buying thousands of dollars in camera equipment. Why didn't you use that money for the camera for your lawyer? You're a scammer. Like, it's a total scam. He wants your money. He does GoFundMes. He has all this. Bambi did a great video, Bambi's Rambles, I will link it down below, explaining about all his sources of income, okay, that he gets from people between his Patreon and all this stuff. So I'm going to link that down below. Make sure you go check that video out because she kind of breaks it down what he gets money from, like all his channels, his Patreon, his GoFundMes. He is getting money from all over the place, and people are just throwing it at him. And it's crazy. If you can afford thousands of dollars worth of camera equipment, you can use that money to get your own damn lawyer and stop asking your subscribers to buy it. But anybody on his channel, it's like nobody says anything. Nobody notices these inconsistencies. Nobody notices these scams. But if you take a look at who his audience is, which I'm going to show you today, I mean, they're just as bad as him. His mods are horrific, just as bad as him. A lot of his viewers are horrific, just as bad as him. I could not believe what I saw in this premiere. And I was talking to other people about it, and everybody is disgusted. And now in the video he put up today, the Norris Nuts Legends Get Schooled, he's trying to backtrack and be like, oh, I'm not going to call them nut huggers because they're kids. You didn't care yesterday. You didn't care at the premiere. Was it yesterday or the day before? You didn't care at your premiere when your audience was trashing children, when your mods were deleting every single comment that a child makes, even if it wasn't rude. I'm going to show you, because I have the screen recordings of all the comments that disappeared. Literally, somebody would put, they didn't kill their dog, and it would get deleted. Why is that a bad comment? Your mods are disgusting. I'm sorry, I see it. They're telling people, these are kids, don't go back and forth with them, yet you're deleting your comments, and there are people in the comments saying nasty things. Josh is calling them nut huggers and nut sackers and just nasty. These are children. You guys are all about saving the kids, but you're literally going to treat children like trash. I have some screenshots I'm also going to show you, okay, of the way he was in his comment section. And he now deleted it, which is very interesting. I mean, it blows my mind how nasty these people are. And I just don't understand why so many people sit there and defend this guy. You don't care that he's sexualizing women. You don't care that he's harassing families, doxing them, and stalking them. You don't care that now he's trashing kids. What is wrong with you? If you think that's okay, you really need to take a step back. This has nothing to do with child exploitation. He doesn't care about that. He cares about money and fame and views. Because if he cared about that, he wouldn't be monetizing these families that he's talking about. He's getting mad at them for making money off their kids when he's literally making money off the entire family. By showing them, by trashing them, by trashing their mother. How is that good for the kids? Please think logically here. That is not good for the children. For this Josh video, I'm taking a break from Dad Challenge. I said what I had to say. For now, I'll do some other content. You know what I mean? I don't want to become the Dad Challenge podcast, the anti-dad pod community. You know what I mean? But I am also planning on doing a video at some point of how he treats his own subscribers. I have talked to a few different people of their interactions with him. You know, they were his fan, they were his sub, and they didn't like what he did. And the way he treated them was disgusting. And I'm going to do a whole video on that itself. I just want to know what you guys think. Do you think that somebody who is the leader of a group that's supposed to be saving kids, and then when these kid fans, they don't know any better. He literally was saying some of them could be 5, and he's calling them nut sacks. That's just not appropriate. It's not appropriate. These are children. You're deleting their comments. You're being rude to them. You guys are so nasty. Some of the comments I saw was just horrible. These are the kind of viewers you have. And I've been seeing lately, you can tell a person by their viewers, okay? Now, by their subscribers. Now, people can go and say that I have trash subscribers, which is so extremely insulting. Anybody who watches my channel is pretty much trash and garbage. I have some of the best subscribers, and they don't do any of the stuff that you guys as subscribers do. My subscribers aren't out doxing people. They're not harassing people. They're not talking about people's children. They're not saying nasty things about people's appearance. But yours are. Your subscribers are doing that. So that just goes to show what kind of people you attract. You want to talk about me. I don't have people out there attacking others and saying disgusting things about my children and my family and hearting them. If I see a troll comment, one troll comment I got on my channel on a video, I ignore it. I didn't heart it. I didn't respond because I'm not going to respond to a troll. But when you have actual real people in your comments talking about a mother not showering, calling them dirty, talking about their children, they don't love their children, they don't raise their children right, their poor kids are going to grow up and be awful, their kids are going to be grow up, and you're hearting those comments, that's vile. And when you just literally on that same video, you're telling people don't talk about appearance and don't speculate about kids. But you're in the comments hearting comments about kids and appearance. This is the kind of people that surround Dad Challenge podcast. And this is what I'm trying to tell you. Anybody, the people that are super ride or die for this guy, the other creators, they're nasty people. And that is who flocked to this guy because he's nasty. He's a freaking... I know people are joking and everybody thinks it's a cult leader, like, oh, it's such a joke, you're so stupid. You guys have to understand where he came from. He came from a cult. These churches, I've been in them before, okay? I've been in it. It's extremely cult-like behavior what he does. And he learned it from the church. The same tactics he uses that they use. So it is not that far-fetched to say that Josh is a cult leader. It's not. It's not a joke. Okay? It's not stupid. It's not word salad. The stuff that he does, the emotional manipulation, okay? The shunning people who don't kiss his ass, all of that stuff. Getting money from people, sad fishing, like all of that stuff that he does, using a cause. He's using people's heartstrings. He pulls on people's heartstrings to further his agenda. And he uses animals, or he'll use children, and he'll say things like, oh, you better not upset the animal lovers out there. They'll come after you. He's hyping people up to go after people without actually saying it. And people are like, oh, he never said that. You're a liar. He didn't have to say it. He didn't have to say it. He has so many people brainwashed. It's insane. So, I'm going to show you, I'm going to put up the screen recordings, and I kind of go through them with you right now to show you what these people were saying to these children. Okay, I'm going to show you guys some of the stuff that was going on in this chat, and it is just ridiculous how they're talking to children. Crazy. The Dad Challenge podcast, why are the legends so stupid? Interesting how you talk to children. Make sure you roast them in an age-appropriate manner. Nobody should be roasting children anyway. Like, really? I'm embarrassed for them, honestly. Like, where is everyone's parents? I mean, you do not talk to little kids this way. They're in a chat. It's just so nasty. This is the dramatic stuff I'm talking about. Animal abuse. They can't stand people that treat... Like, how do you know? Kids' messages are being deleted left and right when they're not even being rude. It's just ridiculous. And the rude comments of people calling nutsacks, I mean, those don't get deleted though. Those are perfectly acceptable. Dad Challenge, I'll send Rex after you, and you don't want that. Ha ha, get him, Rex. Another kid's being deleted. Norris Nuts stands are kids. Don't engage. Let the mods handle it. Oh, why? So you can just delete their comments of their opinions while saying that Dad Challenge podcast gets his opinion. Oh, look at this. Norris Nutsacks is the new name for legends. Oh, how nice to talk to children. That's just real nice. I just want to say really quick, dang, the dislikes are more than the likes. Too bad it doesn't hurt the channel. That's so funny because when I did my video on him, his stans were over there telling me that my video was bad because it had so many dislikes. I thought that was kind of funny. This dance is for the legends. There's more people calling these children nutsacks, and everybody's fine with it. The mods are not deleting the comments. They're perfectly fine with that comment. But if any of the kids put, they didn't kill their puppy, it got deleted. That's the kind of mods that he has. Everyone, including creators, has a right to their opinions. Oh, wow. Or leave, but you're going to delete other people's opinions. What a hypocrite. What a hypocrite. Wait for my follow-up video where I make fun of all the hate comments that are from children. From children, guys. These are all kids, remember, according to them. And it's okay to call them nutsacks and nut huggers and be nasty and delete their comments. This is not how you deal with children. Especially people who have children should know better than this. They should know. The nut huggers could learn something today. How are you guys going to be calling these kids names? It's just really nasty. It's not okay. Parents use their children for their own personal gain. Here's another thing I don't agree with, is talking bad about the parents when you know kids are watching. That's not good for kids to hear that stuff. And then they're talking about the names here, and I'll show you a clip of him making fun of their names. This is the second time he's done that now, and people are just fine with that. But if other people make fun of children's names, there's a whole exposed video on it. Hypocrisy, people. Hypocrisy. Hope they're nicknames. I mean, that's so nasty to make fun of a kid's name, and they're probably going to watch the video. These people just don't care. Those are awful names. How are you gonna... This is the kind of subscribers that he has. This is the people who he attracts to his cause to save children. And he doesn't even care. You see the mods right there? And there he is, leaving those comments of people making fun of their names. Legends, here are some tissues for your issues. That's okay. But if a kid was in there, again, they're deleting every child's comment in this video. But they're leaving ones making fun of the kids and being mean to them. This is just disgusting. Notice Allison TXT, her message was deleted. Okay. And look at somebody responds to her coming up in just a minute. Where is it? Allison, nobody is hating the kids. We want their parents to take them offline and protect them. So Allison was obviously not happy what was going on in this chat either, and that was their answer. You're not protecting kids, you're making fun of them. This is sickening that they still have stands after literally ending a dog's life. From everything that I've heard, it was an accident. Here's Dad Challenge Podcast making fun of the Norris Nuts children who edit their videos. Well, fire them. All the kids in this chat, I'm telling your parents. Why are you saying to fire the kids who edit their parents' videos? That's not nice. You are being horrible to kids that you're saying you're trying to protect. Unbelievable. Ew, 10-year-old wearing crop tops. I understand that that's not appropriate, but do you have to add in the ew? The way these people talk about children is despicable. It's insane. Legends in their own minds. I mean, this entire chat just goes on and on of people making fun of these kids, calling them names, being nasty. Legends are their cult followers. You're talking about kids here. Messages are being deleted. I have a lot, but this video is already getting long. So, the Norris Nuts, new named for the legends. I'm just showing you guys. Of course they are homeschooled. The parents need the kids home for content. This is what he's telling kids, you guys. And people are just okay with that. These kids' names, like I thought they were nicknames. Why are you making fun of kids' names? That's not a joke. That's not funny. Tissues for your issues again. He kept putting that in. I mean, these mods, they can say that stuff. I even put a comment, but I'm blocked. So, it doesn't do anything apparently. I'm blocked on his chat. These kids in the chat are about to be upset. Just remember, people do not attack them. Why do kids need to find out a horrible truth? Another point I wanted to make is that they are so upset about telling people their dog died on camera and telling kids things in public that are not appropriate or sad, and you guys are doing that in this video. It's okay for you to tell the kids, though. It's okay for you to tell the kids the dog was killed, the parents didn't want it, the parents are using you for content. It's okay for you to break that horrible news to kids, but the parents are not allowed to say anything to their kids on camera. Do you guys see the contradictions and hypocrisies with all of this? Please tell me. How do you know they actually loved it? Did you guys know them in real life? Really? Really? I'm so just disgusted with everything. Look at all these kids' messages that are being deleted. They are constantly deleting these messages, but then they are leaving the messages with nutsacks in it. Look at this comment. This is how people's favorite guy talks to children. Interesting, he actually ended up deleting this thread because he was being so horrible to these kids. And this is the only screenshot I have. But to all the kids and morons about to come in this comment section and misspell shit, be warned, I love negative comments. I will do a whole video on your shitty comments. Here's today bingo card phrases. This is how he's talking to children. 25 likes. There's even more replies under this. If he's not doing anything wrong, why did he delete his whole thread? What are you trying to hide, Dad Pod? Because you trashed kids in this video and in your comments and your mods let that happen? It's absolutely despicable. As you can see from all that stuff I just showed you, these people are not nice people, okay? They're not. This is not how you talk to children. You're not going to upload a video now trying to educate them when the day before you were calling them nasty names and being mean. They're not going to listen to you. They're kids. They think you're a big meanie head. And you are. Now, I know people are going to come in my comments like they always do on my Dad Challenge videos and say, child exploitation is bad. These people are exploiting their children. These people are exploiting their dog. I'm not taking any of that away from you if that's your opinion. This video is solely about how Josh treated the fans of this family. The stands, the children, the legends, who are kids. Put aside, I'm not talking about the family and their puppy. I think people should stop talking about their dead animals on YouTube. That's my opinion. Because it just opens the door for people like Josh and people, like Britt and all the audience stuff to speculate and come up with things that aren't true, call them animal abusers. It's just better, in my opinion, if your dog dies, don't say anything. But I also understand if you're a family vlogger and you vlog daily and people have seen your dog, I guess people are going to ask a question about it, but maybe don't monetize the video so that, it doesn't look like you're trying to make money off your dog's death. But that being said, didn't other YouTubers have made videos about their dogs dying? But it only seems like if a family vlogger does it, everybody freaks out. So, I don't know. But the best thing to do probably would have been not monetize the video, say the dog passed away, it was an accident, we loved the dog very much, if you have to say something, and leave it at that. That might have been a better way, just so, it didn't cause this whole drama. But a lot of Josh's fans, a lot of Norris Nuts fans, the legends, were upset because Josh was making it out like these people killed their puppy, murdered the puppy. The way the title was put together, the way he was insinuating that the dad didn't want a dog, they're not caring about the dog, stop finding a dog for content. This is what he does. Instead of just sticking to the points of, maybe they shouldn't have monetized this video. Maybe they should have given more details or whatever it is. That's not enough to get the views for him, though. He has to make a whole big dramatic thing about how they murdered their dog. That's how he was coming off like. How they murdered their dog and monetized it, and they're evil. They're exploiting the dog. They can't just keep it to what the problem is, when it didn't have to be like that. He could have simply came on and said, I don't agree with monetizing your dog. I don't agree with using the dog to make money, and I don't agree with you telling the children on camera. There are some very good points in there, but he ruins that by trashing the whole family and making fun of kids' names. That's another thing I thought was disgusting. This is the second time now that he's made fun of children's names, and it's just horrible.
A family vlogs and challenges. Norris Nuts are Saber, Saki, Biggie, Nas, Disco Mama, Papa, Brooke, and Justin. I'm thinking those are nicknames, right? There's no way they named their kid Biggie or Nas? Do they love hip hop? It's nicknames, right? Tell me those are nicknames. Okay, please. If not, holy shit. That is their kids' names. Socky, Saber, Biggie, Nas. Are they from Australia? And I'm not saying that's a thing from Australia because I love Australia. Is this what you name your children? Because if you do, really? Are you okay? Anyway, whatever.
When people were doing a video on Kiki Chanel, I think Bambi brought this up in her video. Radiant Britt and others were doing a video on Kiki Chanel making fun of her fans' names, but it's okay when Josh does it. I am so sick of his fans saying that they don't agree with a lot of what he says, but they won't say it. Tell me if I'm right, you guys. We want to hear what it is you don't disagree with. How about you actually make a point and say, yeah, I support Josh, but I don't agree with, him saying this and that. I don't agree with him trashing the mother's looks. Like, they won't specifically say what they disagree with. And I think that's a lot of the problem that people are having with his supporters, with these creators that surround him. Nobody will actually say what they disagree with. It's a total cop-out to either say, I don't know enough about the situation. I don't know enough about the situation to comment. How about you look into it as a commentary channel? How about you look into the situation and then comment? How about you do your due diligence and actually look into these things that multiple people have said? I am not the first person, I am not the first detractor to bring this stuff up about Josh. There are multiple creators who have brought up his issues, from Creepshow Art, Camellia, BX Beast Boy. People have been saying YouTuber headlines. This group, me and Bambi and Tira, we're not the first people to bring this up. There are so many creators that find him problematic, and you guys don't think that's a problem? There's only so much. You can only call everybody detractors for so long. More and more creators are coming out against this guy because we all realize what a problem he is. And if you want to be in a line of fire and align yourself with him, that's on you. When all you have to do is say, I don't disagree with this, I don't disagree with that, but I do agree with what he's doing here. Why is that so hard? Instead, you guys want to get super defensive, be nasty, attack people who come out against him, call them stupid. You can say what you want about my Dad Challenge podcast video. It was an extremely well put together video. I researched that for weeks. I showed multiple receipts of his problems. So if you want to just dismiss it as trash, go ahead. But you look stupid. You really look stupid by dismissing that video, because the majority of the people who watched it, their eyes were opened, they realized a lot, and actually told me that it inspired them to do a video as well, because they feel the same way. So, booyah, bitch. Booyah. Anyways, so, let me know what you guys think. Because, it's getting out of control. These people are going after people now. They're trying to take me down. They're trying to get rid of me. And I'm not some crazy conspiracy theorist, okay? I am not mentally unstable. I know what's going on here. They don't want any... Dad Challenge Podcast doesn't want any creators talking bad about him. And if you do, he's done with you. If you give him a criticism, he's done with you. Which I find very interesting. Before I let you go, I just want to put a little of my 2 cents in. It seems like Radiant Britt is backpedaling now. It seems like Trouble in Paradise. Yes, you guys know before she was so hardcore supportive of Dad Challenge Podcast. He can do no wrong. Yeah, I don't always agree with his delivery. She might have said that before, but she was hardcore supporting this guy. I find it funny that little bits and pieces everywhere around the internet, I see her slowly backing away from him, saying, I disagree with a lot of what he says. I don't agree with his delivery. He made me a mod without my permission. You can tell she's trying to distance herself from Dad Challenge Podcast because she sees the sinking ship.
Discovered Josh from the Dad Challenge Podcast, all because of what Micah and James had done. Josh is great. He's also doing a series on why he's an ex-pastor, which has me just like totally hooked. So if you guys are interested in someone else, go watch his content. I've watched enough of him to be able to say that I can comfortably recommend his channel.
And I still support Josh. I don't agree with his, the way that he delivers content. I don't agree with a lot of the things that he says, but as far as still supporting him, I do. And, because of the Without a Crystal Ball situation, I did become much more cautious of who I was recommending to my subscribers.
Okay, people are giving her a lot of crap everywhere she goes for supporting this guy, and pretty soon she's gonna save herself. So I'm very interested to see what Dad Challenge Podcast thinks of Miss Radiant Britt going around on the internet denouncing her Dad Challenge Podcast savior of the kids over here. Another point I wanted to make is these people, they can't even figure out what cause they're fighting, okay? Dad Challenge Podcast said in his video today that Abby from Fathering Autism cannot consent because she is nonverbal. So is that part of the cause? Like, kids with autism who are nonverbal cannot consent. Okay, fair enough, right? Makes sense. I actually totally agree with that point. If she has autism and she's I actually agree with that. If you're nonverbal, how can you consent to be on camera? Totally agree with Dad Challenge on that point, actually. And I think Fathering Autism is another extremely problematic channel. And I think some of the stuff they do on camera, like to their daughter, like just the content is absolutely it just really rubs me the wrong way. But I find it funny that he said that point, but Radiant Britt said that a nonverbal autistic teenager on TikTok can consent. He can have informed consent. So which is it? This is what I mean. You guys are rallying around this cause, and you don't even know what the details are. You don't even know what you guys can't even decide what you're fighting for here.
And I did also get a couple questions when I did that video on Stacy and his mom Shay. They're on TikTok. I did that video, and most of you guys took it for what it was. There were a couple questions of, if he's nonverbal, how can he properly consent? And I mentioned in the video that he, despite being nonverbal, he communicates with his mother through an iPad, and on top of it, that's her son. So she knows when he's uncomfortable. There was a video of them at the zoo. He was sitting there and she could tell that he was uncomfortable. And as soon as she asked him, do you want to go home? And he got up, she followed suit and they went home. So when it comes to that kind of situation where we're talking about a 16-year-old that's nonverbal, I still look at him where he can give informed consent because he's, not so young where he doesn't understand what's going on. He has a fantastic relationship with his mother where he is able to communicate with her through body language, eye contact, just like the look on his face. She can tell when he's uncomfortable, and she has said many times before that she will not, put him on video if he...
I just wanted to show you guys at the bottom of this, she filmed one tantrum and used it as an education piece for other parents. Aside from that, she won't film rough times. So you're filming the kids' tantrums. Did he have informed consent to have that tantrum filled? I can't believe she's okay with this.
If he is having, a rough time or a bad day. So I still look at a 16-year-old that happens to be nonverbal and communicates with his mom in different manners. I still believe, in my opinion, he can give informed consent.
A website called eMedicine Health. What are the 4 principles of informed consent? Now, they're talking about medical informed consent, but it's the same standards apply, okay? You must have the capacity or ability to make the decision. Yes. But let's head over to Fathering Autism. She does not, Abigail does not have the ability to even make the decision because she is nonverbal, okay? The medical provider, or parent in this case, must disclose information on the treatment, the video production, procedure, or content of the video, or whatever they're putting on the internet, including the expected benefits and risks, and the likelihood or probability that benefits and risks will...
How is he turning a term that's used in the medical field for a patient and using that as the definition for informed consent for family vlogging and videos? I mean, you can't just change what it means. He's literally taking words out of the definition and making it fit what he wants. Just saying. So can autistic children consent or not consent? Because if you guys are fighting for the same cause, but you disagree on something so big like that, that's a problem. Now, yes, maybe there's semantics, there's nuances here and there that you guys aren't going to agree with, but autistic children being able to consent or not consent is a very big detail for you guys to be disagreeing on if you're for the same cause. And that is the problem here. You guys are rallying around this movement and you don't even know what the details are or what you're fighting for, what your rules are here. Get it together. Get it together. Radiant Britt's over here saying this kid can be on TikTok, and his mom knows when he doesn't want to film by his facial expressions. But then you got Dad Challenge podcast over here saying, no, absolutely not. An autistic child that's not verbal cannot consent, and there's no informed consent on that situation. Which is it? Because the contradictions of something so big like that are ruining your movement and making you guys look like fools. So Dad Pod, I would go talk to your friend Radiant Britt here, because she's literally directly going against what you're saying. And she's also out here trashing you in her own way. We all know how Britt trashes people in her subtly passive-aggressive way. Here, she even shaded his video and said she doesn't do videos like he does, clearly. I smell trouble in paradise, people. I'm just saying, I'm calling it right now. Britt is going to end up denouncing and totally, completely separating herself from Dad Challenge podcast. I'm saying it right now. I know it's going to happen. So, let me know what you guys think about this video, about all the stuff I said. Please keep an open mind. I don't care about the haters. You can do whatever you want, but don't talk about my kids and don't talk about my family. Okay? If I don't talk about something in public, if I don't say something publicly about my family, you don't have a right to comment on it. Ever. So, thank you guys for subscribing. I got some really cool videos coming up for you, so make sure you turn on that notification bell so you can see whenever I upload a video. I love you guys so much. Thank you for so much for the support. I've been getting a lot of hate lately. So many people are trying to take me down, man. But I must be doing something right, because a lot of people have their panties in a bunch over this little problematic housewife. Like, who am I? I don't know why people get so triggered by me. I really don't. Bye, guys.